U.S. ties Iran to assassination plot against Saudi diplomat on U.S. soil. Authorities foiled a plot that was directed by factions of the Iranian government to assassinate the Saudi ambassador to the United States, Attorney General Eric Holder said Tuesday, at a press conference. A criminal complaint was unsealed in federal court in New York Tuesday naming Mansour Orbabsior and Gholam Shakuri as the two alleged plotters, both with ties to Iran. Orbabsior has been jailed in New York since September and Shakuri remains at large. The complaint alleges that Iran helped conceive, sponsor, and direct the plot. Holder called the alleged plot a flagrant violation of U.S. and international law, and said the U.S. will hold Iran accountable. The allegations in the 21-page complaint may further isolate Iran, which has a track record of supporting international terrorism. A spokesman for the Iran mission to the UN categorically rejects the baseless allegations of the assassination plot, Reuters reported.
A dramatic detail of what appears to have been a law enforcement sting that has foiled an attempt to assassinate the Saudi Arabian ambassador here by senior members of the Iranian government, say the Americans. The claim is that this man Mansour Orbabsior approached what turned out to be a covert drug enforcement agent in Mexico, an American official posing as a member of a violent Mexican drug cartel. And the plan they hatched was that that agent, posing as a drug cartel member, would help put in place this assassination attempt, using explosives to blow up the ambassador in a restaurant, a fictional restaurant it turns out. The restaurant hadn't actually been chosen, but a restaurant that would have been used and frequented by the ambassador. The idea was that that would be carried out in return for $1.5 million, according to the charges the FBI has presented. $100,000 of that was wired to an account by the Iranians. This man, Orbabsior, and his accomplice, Gholam Shakuri, who hasn't been apprehended, unlike Orbabsior, and who remains at large, believed to be in Iran. They are members of the Quds, the elite special forces unit in Iran, the Quds Force, and they would have paid the remainder of that money had the operation gone ahead. As it was, Orbabsior was arrested, having returned back into JFK Airport, and then, after he was arrested, it's claimed he confessed, spilled the beans, and implicated senior members of the Iranian government. We have heard there from Eric Holder, the US Attorney General, saying that the Iranian government will be held accountable, but he won't be drawn when asked about exactly what that means, what America plans to do to hold Iran to account for this plot.
Israel, meanwhile, referred inquiries to the FBI. And Saudi Arabia called the alleged plot a despicable violation of international norms. Last spring, Orbabsior met a number of times with a DEA source in Mexico posing as a member of a sophisticated international drug trafficking cartel, the complaint alleges. It was during these meetings that Orbabsior allegedly offered the agent money to assassinate Adel Al-Jubeir, the ambassador. Orbabsior allegedly wired $100,000 into a U.S. bank account in August as a down payment for the hit. Shakuri, a member of Iran's Quds Force, a special operations unit of the Iranian Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, allegedly approved the money transfer. The two planned to use an explosive device to assassinate the ambassador outside a restaurant in Washington that the ambassador frequented, according to the criminal complaint. When the source warned that other people will be inside the restaurant, Orbabsior allegedly said, "They want that guy the ambassador done, if the 100 go with him, FM." The alleged plot would have maimed others and damaged nearby structures in the surrounding area. Orbabsior allegedly confessed to his participation in the alleged plot. Shakuri is believed to be in Iran. The complaint says Orbabsior confessed that his cousin Abdul Reza Shaleh was a high-ranking member of the Quds Force, who told him to hire someone in the narcotics business to target Al-Jubeir. U.S. authorities described Shakuri as Shaleh's deputy who helped provide funding for the plot. Shalai was identified by the Treasury Department in 2008 during George W. Bush's administration as a Quds deputy commander who planned the January 20, 2007 attack in Karbala, Iraq, that killed 5 American soldiers and wounded 3 others. Orbab Sior, Shakuri and Shalai, and 2 others. Qasim Soleimani, a Quds commander who allegedly oversaw the plot, and Hamed Abdullahi, a senior Quds officer who helped coordinate, were sanctioned Tuesday by the Treasury Department for their alleged involvement. The department described all except Orbab Sior as Quds officers. Orbab Sior, a naturalized U.S. citizen who holds an Iranian passport, was arrested on September 28 at New York's JFK Airport after a flight from Mexico. He was read the Miranda rights, but allegedly waived his rights and spoke with law enforcement. He allegedly admitted his connection with the plot and was recruited and funded by men he understood were senior officials in the Quds. Orbab Sior appeared briefly at a federal magistrate court in New York Tuesday dressed in a checkered blue shirt. His lawyer said he'll plead not guilty at his next appearance on October 25. Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton said Tuesday that the complaints are well-founded and the alleged plot crosses a line. She told the Associated Press that the idea that they would attempt to go to a Mexican drug cartel to solicit murder for hire to kill the Saudi ambassador. Nobody could make that up, right? President Obama reached out to the ambassador to express solidarity and underscored the belief that the plot was a flagrant violation of U.S. and international law. Before Tuesday's announcement, Interpol, the international police organization, issued an alert obtained exclusively by Fox News that warned of plans to assassinate an ambassador in the U.S. Holder said the U.S. government would be taking unspecified action against the Iranian government as early as Tuesday afternoon. Asked whether the plot was blessed by the top echelons of the Iranian government, Holder said the Justice Department was not making that accusation. The 2 are charged with conspiracy to kill a foreign official, conspiracy to use a weapon of mass destruction, and conspiracy to commit an act of international terrorism, and other charges. This is not a tripwire for military action in Iran, a senior defense official said.